Hi all. Today we are going to see how we can implement this incremental refresh in Power BI. So this incremental refresh we can use whenever we are receiving the huge number of records like 100 millions of data, 200 millions. In that case, we can use this incremental refresh. So we will be facing more refresh issue in Power BI, right? To overcome that disadvantage, we'll be using this incremental refresh. So, incremental refresh means instead of refreshing the entire data set, we can refresh the subset of the data. That is called incremental refresh. For example, if we have 10 years of data, we can check with client like whether we can store only 5 years record or a 3 years record. So based on that, we can store the information like 5 years. If they are saying we can store 5 years of record, and in which we can refresh only the latest record like 1 month or 2 month of record, we can able to refresh it based on this incremental refresh setting. So we can see how we can implement that. Actually, now I don't have the millions of records. So for that, what I have done is I have documented the steps for incremental refresh. So we can go through one by one. It will be very useful. So once if we connect the data from Power BI, what we can do is we can click on this transform. Actually, we'll be having a transform data in Power BI desktop. We can click on that, and once if the transform data have opened, this screen will be visible. In that, click on home and click on this manage parameter. In that manage parameter, once if we click this, we will be having this screen. This dialog box will be visible. In that, in this parameter dialog box, we need to create two parameters, which is range start and range end by clicking this new. So I will tell you one by one how to create this parameters, and one by one I will tell you. Click this new. In name section, click range start. Then under type date or time option, you can click suggested value, any value you can click, and current value. Here what you need to do is for range start, any specific date, like 1 or 2 days, like now today's date is 28 May 2026, right? I will load only the 5 years of 5 days of data or 1 month of data. Suppose I am giving the current value as 01 May 2026. It is my current value. So range start will be starting from 01 May 2026. And again, I will click on this new. This range start will be saved, and I'll click this new. Again, one dialog box will be visible. In that, you can type it as range end. Again, same selection you can click, type date or time, suggested value, any value, and in current value, give today's date, like 28th May 2026. Today's date you can give. Why we are doing this is I will tell you further why we are creating this parameter. Now, after clicking now in range start, we have the beginning of the month date, and range start is having the end of the current today's date we will be having. Here I have taken a screenshot, right? So the values is differing. So please don't mind. After that, in fact table, click on the fact table. You will be having a date column. In the date column, you click this drop down and click this date or time filter. This option will be visible. This entire option will be visible. In that, you need to click on this custom filter. After clicking this custom filter, this dialog box will be visible. In that, you need to click is after or equal to, select that parameter, range start, and click this option and is before, and select this parameter as range end. So these two parameter you have selected, right? Click OK. Then what you need to do, you need to click this close and apply. Within a fraction of second, the data will be loaded, because what is happening here is you are selecting the range from 01 March 2026 to till date. So it will be having a 1 month of information only. So why we are creating this is, instead of if we are not creating this parameter, just we are doing some transformation if we are doing it, and we are clicking this close and apply, means it will take some time, or it will throw an error like I can't able to load this millions of record in Power BI. So because of to avoid that situation, what we are doing is we are restricting the data to the certain data. You can restrict either for 1 day or 2 day or 3 day. We can restrict it because that day, based on that data, we can prepare the visuals, calculation, measures, calculated column. So any like whatever the business requirement is, we can do it based on that sample data which we are fixing it in this range. So this is the first thing which we need to do. We need to create the parameter. Then what we need to do is, in the fact, after clicking close and apply, we will be back to the screen, right, in Power BI desktop. Then you need to right click on the fact table, click on the incremental refresh. So after clicking incremental refresh, this dialog box will be visible. So for us, the fact table is order. So I have clicked the select, under the select table, I have clicked order, and here we need to set the incremental refresh setting here. So here I have already said, no, we need to store, actually, if we have 10 years of data, we can archive the data only for 5 years here. And which date, like how many months or days refresh we can fix it. Here we have given 5 years archive data. Here we have given 3 days of refresh we can do it. Instead of refreshing the whole 10 years, 5 years of data, we are refreshing only 3 days of data here. Instead of storing 10 years of information, we are storing 5 years of information. So after that, we can click on apply, and we can publish that report to into the service, like Power BI service, we can publish it. After publishing it into Power BI service, we can go to workspace setting. In that, click on license information. We will be having this link, connection link. You can copy this. Once if we copy, we can go to this tabular editor. We can install this tabular editor. After installing this tabular editor, we can paste whatever the information which we have copied here. No, we can actually after opening this tabular editor, we can click on this option which is visible here. After that, this dialog box will be visible. Then we can copy this path link here in the server section and click on this Windows integrated or Azure AD login. So once it has been chosen, what we need to do is we need to go to the fact table. Here in the screenshot, it is fact sales. What we can do is we can for this fact sales, we are implementing the incremental refresh. No, right click on this and click on apply refresh policy. So once it is been done, what we will be seeing here is we'll be seeing a partition like 5 years and 3 days. We have played the incremental refresh setting in the top right, like in the Power BI service. So that partition, it will display here. Once it is done, what we can do is we can go to SQL Server. There in server name, we need to paste that connection link which we have copied in workspace, that we can paste here. Authentication, we can choose Azure active directory universal with the MFA, and we can click we can give our credential here and click on OK. So once if we log in, we will be having the respective fact sales table here under the tables. We will be seeing the respective links. Under that, we'll be seeing the table, and then under that, we'll be seeing the fact sales which we have implemented the incremental refresh. So right click on that, click on this partition. After that, this dialog box will be visible. So that partition 5 years, 3 days partition, it will be displayed here. This is just a screenshot. The data will not be in sync, but this is the actual procedure. So 5 years, 3 days partition, it will be displayed here. And each and every, we need to select each and every partition, 2001, 2, 3, 4. 2011, 12, 13, 14, like that. If for each and every selection, you select it, click on this green icon. And that icon, it will take you to this dialog box. And you need to select the mode, whether it is a process or for process default or process data. So according to the client requirement, we can click on this, and we can just click on OK here. So once it is done, what we need to do is, so we will be there will be a successful message for each and every partition. We need to follow the same. So for each and every year, we need to click on this particular icon, and we need to select the particular partition here and click OK. So after that, you will be, for each and every partition, you will be finding this successful message. So after that, what you can do is, you can refresh the particular report in Power BI service. So you will be the entire data, 5 years, 5 years, 3 days, 5 years data, and three days refresh will be successfully refreshed here. So this is how we need to implement this incremental refresh in Power BI. Whenever we are getting the huge volume, right? This is the procedure which we need to follow. Thank you all.